Welcome to another episode of Take 2 with Terry and Tony. I'm Terry.
And I'm Tony.
This week we're reviewing American Reunion, which I thought was a very disappointing film. What do you think?
Tell us how you really feel.
Tell us how I really feel. The movie sucked. I went in there thinking that it was going to be funnier than it was, and it was not. There were a few laughs through the movie, but I just felt like it had all been done before, and it could have been smarter and funnier. Now I know that the American Pie movies aren't exactly smart movies, but I think that they could have been more original with what they were trying to do. They were just trying to play up on old jokes and gags from the first three movies, at least the first two movies.
Yeah, I think that they were trying to keep the jokes. I mean, it's a rated R movie, but I think they were still trying to keep the jokes for high school kids. But those kids aren't in high school anymore. And I think the jokes needed to be a little more geared towards the older crowd, like who grew up, with the American Pie movies, who actually were around that same age as the people in the movie. So I think they were still trying to keep it, high school type jokes, which didn't really work because, I mean, you got 30-something-year-old, grown-ups in there doing...
It probably didn't work for you, but if other people may think it was like if high school kids saw it, they probably thought it was funny.
Well, that's why it's the Take Two with Terry and Tony, because I'm giving my opinion of the movie. So
yeah, and I'm giving you my opinion.
Yeah, but I'll tell you that's why it didn't work for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you continue on the wrong path.
Thank you. So wrong or right, I think that it should have been a fresher jokes, something more current, rather than just trying to go back to the old formula.
So would you recommend this movie to your friends, though?
I would recommend it to my friends for the simple fact that it was nice seeing the whole cast back together, and it kind of reminds you, in a sense, of the old, the original American Pie movies. And it was just like, that's one reason why I really wanted to see it, just to see everybody back together again. And because I did like the first American Pie. I mean, it was pretty much, I mean, it was like a classic comedy. It paved the way for a lot of other different type of comedies. So, I mean, it was really the first comedy of that type of, situations. I mean, kids in high school, a comedy about...
I don't know. What about like Porky's? Like Porky's 2.
Okay, I would say of our generation.
Of our generation?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I would say like that. So
I guess.
I was hyped.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
What about that?
That was 92. I was like 6.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
High. I was
High.
like 10.
Man, I thought that came out in the 80s.
Oh, was it? Then I was even younger than
that.
that.
Was like 85.
Well, then I was
you do a movie review show and you don't know when movies came out?
Then I was like 3. So, yeah, of our generation, that was relatable to people of pretty much of our generation. So, I think it was nice seeing all of them back together again, and that's the main reason why I wanted to see this movie. But for that, I mean, if you want to go see it just because of that, I think it's worth seeing. I mean, like I said, it's definitely not as funny as the first 3, but I think it's still worth at least a matinee.
I would say wait to DVD if you're gonna watch it. I don't really feel like it's worth going to the theater to watch. I mean, if you really like Tony said, if you really are a fan of American Pie films and you just want to see this one just because, and yeah, go to a matinee film. But anyone else, if you really don't care too much about it, then I would just wait for DVD and watch it then. To me, the film was a disappointment, and I walked out of the theater being disappointed. Although he said there was disappointing parts, he still thought the movie was okay, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's just me. How can it be disappointed? Can you be disappointed but then it not be a disappointment?
There's a lot of reasons you could have disappointing parts, and then still.
But you made it seem like the whole movie was a disappointment.
No, like I said, it was good seeing them all back together. There were
see them all together. Take a picture of them.
There were
45 minutes.
There were funny parts in there. I wouldn't say it was totally unfunny.
No, I'm not saying it was totally unfunny. It's just like I remember maybe laughing out loud at maybe 2 parts in the whole movie. The other ones were just like like that, and that's pretty much it. I find this guy more funny than the American Pie movie. And that's a stretch.
Anyway, so here at our show, we either turn our back on it or give it a salute. So what were you going?
I'm turning my back on this one.
All right. Well, I think he's being a little too harsh on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a salute, just so we can be split.
So the movie. What did we watch review last week?
Wrath of the Titans.
Wrath of the Titans. So you thought American Pie? I know they're two different genres of film. So you think you enjoy American Reunion more than you enjoy Wrath of the Titans?
Oh yes, Wrath of the Titans was the worst movie of the year. Watch our previous show, but Wrath of the Titans was the worst film of the year so far. So
I don't know. I guess I was hyped for both movies. I guess.
You were more disappointed coming out of this one than you were out of Wrath of the Titans?
I think I was about to say.
Are you serious? Because you want to watch the tape of last week's episode?
Yeah, I bashed.
Yeah, you went in on it.
Yeah, I know, and I bashed in this movie too. This movie was garbage. To me, it was garbage. I didn't think it was funny. I mean, just like with Wrath of the Titans, there were a few cool scenes in it. So it wasn't just sitting through the whole movie like I'm about to go to sleep. But this movie, I was waiting to be laugh out loud moment where I'm just rolling over because it's so funny, and there wasn't.
Well, we just have to agree or disagree on this one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like we always do, we either turn our back or salute. So
I'm gonna turn my back, sir.
Go ahead and give it the good old salute.
So, two things. Next week coming up, we have our summer preview show. We're not gonna review any releases next week because there aren't really any that
are worth watching.
Pretty much. So next week we'll be previewing the summer movies. Starting with the first official movie of the summer, which is The Avengers, and then following from there with Men in Black 3, Battleship, Snow White and the Huntsman, Spider-Man, and of course, our personal favorite,
most anticipated movie of the year, Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, which will probably be the best film of the year. Mark my words. I said it here first. Take-Two, Terry and Tony. Dark Knight Rises will be the best movie of the year.
Well, we can discuss that on next week. Kind of giving away next week.
Oh no, I'm not giving away next week's show. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you'll hear more next week. Secondly, before the new chance to cut me off, congratulations to the Kentucky Wildcats. I know I said I'll have a shirt, but it's on back order, championship shirt, so it'll be here next week. But they're my team. Congrats on winning. If you guys watch this, Anthony Davis and the rest of you guys, stay in college because we need you guys.
So, for Take-Two with Terry and Tony.
What was that look for?
You just dominate at the end. It's just
because you dominate during the rest of the of the show. I'm sitting here looking at you, but
all right, seriously,
five minutes of the show.
We got Dwight Howard over here. He's gonna try. He went to management and actually asked them to fire me. So, whatever. But for Take-Two with Terry and Tony, I'm Tony, and this dude is Terry. And happy Easter, everybody.